am really not into showing violence on screen, say. So to me, that project, which in its words and her poetry was, you know, very graphic in a way, and very like, you know, your heart sort of like shrinks when you hear her say. But in the images, we decided to celebrate Black women because we wanted to show the life that you can rob a person if they die at the hands of police brutality or injustice, you know?
And we're back with Gabriela Ortega, a Dominican writer, actor, and director whose latest work, Huella, premiered in the prestigious Festival of Sundance. Gabriela, how are you?
Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for having me. This is my first in-person interview since the pandemic, and it feels so good that it's with like Latinas.
Nice. And I think we take pride in being a people's first interview.
So in 2021, you won Best Director. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about that film?
Well, that was a shorter movie called In Case I'm Next that went to the LATV Film Festival. And that was very special because obviously the community at LATV, I think they're all very conscious of the state of film right now and how important it is as a community to really rally for causes that we believe in. And it was actually not a quote unquote like a Latino film. It was actually for my friend Kay King, who's an incredible Black woman and a poet, who wrote basically a manifesto in response to the George Floyd situation and like everything that was happening last summer. And you know, for me, that's how I started as a poet, writing and sort of performing and open mic nights type of thing. So at first, when she came to me with that project, I was like, I don't know if I'm the right person for this. I wanna help, obviously, make this happen for you, but are you sure? And she was like, no, because you get the tempo of this piece, and I really wanna work with you. And what was beautiful was doing that at LATV and engaging in the conversation of how can we really rally for each other as a community, and also for a Afro-Latino community as well. So I think that I'm really, really grateful that the festival started to help me have that conversation and invite her to the premiere with me and have her there and us do the Q&A together. It was really special.
And I love the collaboration of cultures, you know, which I think, you know, Black and Latinos do need to connect and collaborate in order for our voices to be put out there. I mean, how does that make you feel that you were able to kind of start to pave the way for those kind of collaborations?
Well, to me, it's like a no-brainer because from Dominican Republic, it's primarily Black. And I grew up seeing, like, my first friend was Japanese Dominican. All my friend group's really mixed, my family as well. So to me, it's just our culture, you know, we are. Exactly. No, and you know, there is, I tell this every time I'm with a group, I'm like, anyone in this room could look or be Dominican because we come in all sizes, colors, and forms. And I think to me, it was very just about surrendering to what needed to happen and not sort of being selfish in the process and saying like, this is not about me at all. Like, I just want to do justice to that. And also in the learning curve as a director too, when you deal with sensitive matters like that, you really want to handle it in a way that you're checking yourself constantly. Because to me, like, I am really not into showing violence on screen, say. So to me, that project, which in its words and her poetry was, you know, very graphic in a way, and very like, you know, your heart sort of like shrinks when you hear her say. But in the images, we decided to celebrate Black women because we wanted to show the life that you can rob a person if they die at the hands of police brutality or injustice, you know? And to me, that was very important because the images that we put out there, they stay. You know, that's the power of film. Like, and so I think as filmmakers, and also as filmmakers of color, when we take a hold of our own narratives, then we have to be very intentional with what we put out there. So I'm very passionate about that stuff, and you know, and like, you know, we're not perfect. So like, I learned a lot in that process too. And so it was wonderful. It was
and it's
really
good
wonderful.
that you took the courage to do it. I mean, it still takes the Latinas, you know, in filmmaking. Sometimes they have that imposter syndrome. You even said it. You're like, I don't know if that's right for me. But you were called and you were chosen and you owned it. And I think that that's going to pave the way for other Latinas to believe in themselves.
I think so. I mean, there's so many wonderful Latina filmmakers out there, and I think we still, you know, make like half the dollar to a white man or something. And I don't want to think like that. Like I don't want to put myself in the box, but I have to be conscious of it, because sometimes it's what you said. Like it's like unconscious of your mindset of what you. The lies that we tell ourselves.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
Lies that we were trained over the years.
Yeah.
That we think okay, well, at least I got this opportunity, so I guess I should be really grateful for it.
Yeah.
Rather than knowing you can be the big boss, and you will be.
You have been so busy during this pandemic. You have a new project coming out, so tell us a little bit about it.
Oh my God. So, well, Huella, I'm turning it into a feature film, which I'm really excited about. I'm directing something that's for a big.
Say it. Come on.
I can't say. I have directed something for a big network situation. But I'm very excited, and then I'm also a resident director at Indeed with Hillman Grab Productions, which is the Lena Waste production company. So I'm going to be doing some narrative work there. But stay tuned. I feel like I'm really excited about the projects coming up, and again, like everything I do, even if it's not Dominican, it's Dominican.
Yes, you got a little bit of sazón in there.
Yeah, you know, like you said. So I'm very excited to continue, you know, to hopefully be someone that I would want to know when I was, you know, coming off of high school.
I know.
Or like in college, trying to find myself and what I wanted to do and all that stuff.
Who do you look up to?
Oh my God, there's so many amazing women. I mean, Issa Rae for a chance. It's just, I love how, like, the multi-hyphenate of it all. I mean, Ariana DeBose, Oscar nominated.
Yes.
Ariana DeBose, are we not so excited? I mean, Rita Moreno, legend of all time. My mom, really, you know, I like to tell people I came from a matriarchy, because very strong women in my family. My grandma was a single mom, had 4 daughters. 4 Dominican daughters. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, and they were like crazy, you know?
That's a spicy household.
I mean, and then my mom had 2 daughters as well. So I think, although when I grew up, you know, working moms kind of like fighting to get food on the table, to really raise us to study and to like push ourselves and to not let anyone tell us that we can't do anything. So, you know, I feel really blessed to have that. But at the same time, you know, you when I migrated, you know, you got those limiting beliefs, those boxes that they
So
want to
those
put
are kind of
in
the
Hollywood.
obstacles that you kind of had to overcome with your mindset.
Yeah, and then also, I mean, I always call my mom. Whenever I'm doubting, I call my mom, because my mom will tell me the truth real quick. She's not gonna front, you know. But yeah, I feel very, very grateful to have that foundation of strong women and to have that, because you know, what you grew up with, then you want to become. Yes. So hopefully, you know, if I can do for other people what they did for me, I'd be happy.
I think you're already doing it.
Yeah.
I think you're already doing it, and like sometimes like we don't realize because we're in the moment of what we're creating, but sometimes we do have to step back. And you know, the film that you won Best Director for, what you're currently working on, The Secret, I'm sure has a lot of substance and mystery to it. It's gonna be amazing, and you're literally gonna be the inspiration to so many young Latina girls that think they're in the Dominican Republic, and that's all there is, and there's so much more that they can achieve, you know?
And even and you can always start with your community and then go up, and then you can bring your community with you. I mean, there's so many opportunities nowadays, I think.
Well, Gabriela, thank you so much for joining us. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, but thank you for chatting with us. And you guys don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back with photographer Mercedes Zapata. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.